Okay, I need Natalie to pass out a piece of graph paper to everyone. And I need two more. Let's see. Let's have Mary and Uriah. What I need, you pass one of these out to everybody. When you get these, just set them on the corner of your desk. Don't touch anything until I say so. Alright? Brian, give everybody one piece of green yarn. Mary, give everyone one piece of blue yarn. Don't play with your yarn or your graph paper until I say so. Okay, I mean you can use this if you want. Alright, we should be at level 0 as everyone's passing out your material. Once you have a piece of graph paper, a piece of blue yarn, and a piece of green yarn, put your hand on your head. Once you have all three of those things. Does anybody not have any blue?
Oh, I see.
Remember, once you have all three, I can see your hand on your head like this. Remember, we're not touching our yarn or graph paper yet. Does everybody have graph paper? Does everybody have green yarn? Okay. Alright, today we're going to talk about, I think you all might have talked about this before we had our little snow break. But we're going to talk about parallel lines, perpendicular lines, and intersecting lines. First thing we're going to do is we're going to give these words, these types of lines, we're going to give them definitions. And if you all have already talked about it, then you probably already know. So, first one is intersecting lines. What are intersecting lines? Ron? Where two lines cross. Or more. It could be two or more. Just when they cross, they intersect. So we said two or more lines that cross. Okay. Parallel. What are parallel lines? Eldar. Two lines that look the same? Okay. Anything to add to that?
They don't intersect.
They don't intersect. They go forever in two directions. They're two lines that go forever in two directions, and they never cross. In other words, the space in between those lines stays the same the whole way. So, and this can also be more than 2 lines. So we'll say 2 or more. That never cross. And our last set of lines is perpendicular. Now these could be a little tricky. What are perpendicular lines? Thorn?
Perpendicular lines?
Perpendicular lines.
What I forgot.
Who got it? Sam?
They go like this. They cross. They meet at one point.
They meet at one point, they do, but there's something special about these. They're not parallel, and they do intersect, but they're not. There's something special that sets them apart from intersecting lines. Anybody know what it is? Thorn, you know?
And they don't continue when they decide to have an implant.
They can continue. They can. Perpendicular lines, they cross. And when they cross, they make 90-degree angles. What I mean by that is I have one line going like this, vertically, up and down. One line going like this, horizontally, straight across. And it makes a right angle here, right angle here, here, here.
It's like a plus sign. So like a plus sign is it?
So like a plus sign is a perpendicular line. Can you think of a letter in the alphabet that might be perpendicular lines? Mary? X? It can be. It depends on how you write your X. There's one that's it may. Natalie?
T.
T. Both
Yes.
uppercase T's, lowercase t's are perpendicular lines. We said that intersecting could be X. What about parallel lines? Are there any letters in the alphabet with parallel lines in them? I can think of.
Capital E.
Ron said E. Okay, look.
Because E goes straight.
These are perpendicular.
L.
But these are parallel. How about, what kind of lines do you see here? There's parallel lines here. What else? Intersecting. In. Probably here and here are probably parallel. Okay. So I'm going to say perpendicular lines that intersect to make 90-degree angles or right angles. Okay, now what I want everyone to do, here's your definitions. We've seen some examples. Let's stand up and let's make our arms into, to help us remember these different types of lines. Stay in your own personal space. That's just outside your desk. There's no reason to move around. Alright. What can we do for intersecting lines? Lines that intersect. Ron says, you want to do this? Intersecting? What about perpendicular? Can you Have it. Like that. What about parallel? Like that? Okay, I see some people doing this, some people doing this, some people doing this. Alright. Alright, so I'm gonna call out the type of line and you make your body into it, okay? Intersecting. Perpendicular. Caitlin's got it. Zebon's got it. Sam's got it. Okay. Parallel. I'm going to speed up as we go.
Not too fast.
Perpendicular. Intersecting. Perpendicular. Parallel. Intersecting. Perpendicular. Parallel. Perpendicular. Intersecting. Alright, let's have a seat.
I got all of them.
Alright. Listen up. I got a trick question for you. You see a picture of lines that look like this. Just like that. Okay, this is the picture you see. What type of lines are these? Caitlin. Parallel? Why do you say parallel? Because they're just two lines. Okay, here's the trick. We could say that this is parallel because it doesn't cross, but that's not true. Because in order for it to be parallel, they have to be able to continue forever without crossing. Now what if I keep this line going? It would keep going straight like that. It would keep going that way. Now that's not very. But now what if I kept it going this way?
It would intersect.
It intersects there. So don't let that trick you. Parallel lines are equal distance all the way through. All the way, there's equal space in between the two lines, or three lines. Alright. I have a little brain pop video to show you all about. And then we'll play with our yarn. Okay. Ryan, can you hit one set of lights, please? Alright, here we go. Level 0.
Hey, what's that for? I don't know. Hopscotch? Dear Tim and Moby, what are parallel and perpendicular lines? From Joe. Parallel lines are lines in the same plane that never intersect. They're always the same distance apart. Well, here, I'll show you. Hang on, I'm not going to cook this spaghetti. Just watch. We can think of these two sticks of dry pasta as lines, say lines A and B. Even if lines A and B were to continue on forever, they would never intersect or cross each other. So we say that lines A and B are parallel. We can call those lines C and D. If we extend lines C and D, we can see pretty quickly that they intersect. We can say that C and D are not parallel. Well, check this out. When a straight line crosses parallel lines, it's called a transversal. Where the lines meet, the adjacent angles add up to 180 degrees. and opposite angles are of equal measure. Yeah, neat, huh? So those are parallel lines. Perpendicular lines intersect to form a 90-degree or right angle. Here, lines F and G are perpendicular. See how all the angles formed are 90 degrees? Well, if two lines intersect without forming a right angle, they're just called intersecting lines. Yeah, that mysterious square you drew has examples of both parallel and perpendicular lines. The opposite sides are parallel, and the adjacent sides are perpendicular. You can find examples of perpendicular lines all over the place. The same goes for parallel lines. Okay, let me get this straight. You cut a hole in the floor, which interrupted the movie and will get me in trouble. Then you fell into the hole and can't get out. And now you want me to throw you a rope or something so you can get out and cut more holes in the floor? Interesting. I'll see you later.
All right. Now we get to play with the yarn.
I'm wrapping my finger in it.
What I want everybody to do is set your yarn on your graph paper and make two lines that intersect. Just two lines that intersect. Now some of these pieces of yarn might be a little crinkled up. You just got to pretend they're straight. And pretend that they go on forever because they are lines. Good. I see a lot of different ones, so that's good. Yeah, that's good. Alright, now switch it up a little bit. Still make them intersect, but make it look different than you already have it. Okay. Now make perpendicular lines. Mm-hmm. Remember, perpendicular is 90 degrees. Don't get it confused with parallel, which also starts to be like a right angle. Yes. Just to help you see it straighten up. Okay. Now make parallel lines. Now what I'm going to do is give everybody one more piece of string. And we're going to work with three. And it's either going to be green or blue. It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to give you one. I'm not taking requests. Alright, listen up. Listen up. I want you to take all three of your pieces of string and make them intersect at the same point. At the same point. Good job, Natalie. It's got to be at the same point. One here.
Did I do right? Did I do it right?
Yeah, we need to go.
Actually, one line.
I just landed down.
No, he said
They have to intersect at the same point.
This good?
Should look something like with one point of intersection. As long as it has one point of intersection. Okay. Alright, now make 2 points of intersection. 2 points. So one line should intersect at one point and the other. Yes. Look like this, or this. I have one more. Alright, you gotta listen up to this one. This one's a little tough. Make 2 of the lines parallel, and then make the other line intersect both to make them perpendicular. Okay.
Like this. Like this?
So you have to be parallel. 2 of the lines have to be
Oh,
parallel.
I just did it.
Your third has to intersect both to make it perpendicular.
Is it perpendicular? Yeah.
You have to fold it.
This is right here. This is perpendicular. Like different pieces.
It should look like a certain letter of the alphabet.
It should look like the letter of the alphabet H. Yes, there you go.
It could look like a couple.
This is for
H.
F.
F.
Oh, when F
No, it does not. Yes, it does. You can do it like
Can.
that. And
Can.
yeah, or M. Make it.
or W.
It's W3.
Alright, so this time, Natalie's going to come around and collect all your yarn. And, yeah, the wrong piece. And after that's taken up, get ready for RTI reading.